don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat. I don't tip the boat over. Rock the boat. I don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat.
The boat's rocking after our happy hours with Altair Travel on those boats. Pat Blassie from Altair Travel and Cruises. Good morning, Pat Blassie.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Good. I'm great. How are you?
I'm great. Hi, Kelly.
Kelly's not here today.
Oh, Kelly's not there today?
No.
Oh, I thought I heard her this morning.
But Linda, my sister, says hi. I saw her over the weekend.
How is Linda? Everything good?
Everything's doing great. They're all getting excited for the trip in May, and I was given some specific instructions to talk to you about our next trip.
Oh, I can't wait to hear.
Details.
Okay.
I'll tell you later. But you've got some news on new ships.
Well, I was catching up with some of my reading, and it's just astounding to me, and just I think the public needs to know, because if they're planning to take a cruise, first-time cruise, repeat cruiser, you really need to know what's going on out there.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's amazing. Not only are there new ships online coming out, but there's actually new cruise lines. Cruise lines
really?
That have ships in the planning and will probably be operating that would be 2020. Interestingly, one of them is Ritz-Carlton is coming out with their brand of cruising. And Richard Branson, who is the
Virgin Atlantic,
Virgin Atlantic, he's coming out with his Virgin Cruises, both different from the other. One's a larger ship, and the Ritz-Carlton, a more smaller, intimate ship, very luxury-oriented. So you want to kind of start saving your pennies for that. But then there's also not just new cruise lines, there's new ships. I mean, it is amazing. I'm in the business, and we sell cruises every day.
Right.
And I'm astounded that they can continue to build all these cruise lines, these magnificent, beautiful ships, and they sail full. I don't know where all these people come from. It's amazing.
I'm in the travel belt. Where are all these people coming from? I don't
Really?
It's
astounding.
But I mean, cruising is sort of had a resurgence, right? I mean, people want to go on the
resurgence,
river cruise and the Med and everything
river
else.
Cruise and adventure cruising and expedition cruising, family cruising, you name it. Well, like the one ship that I was reading about last evening, the Quantum of the Seas. It's a Royal Caribbean ship. What they're so proud of is the technology on the ship, because they had to, because of the size. It carries almost 5,000 people, and now with staff, it's another 1,500. So I understand the length is like the size of 3 football fields.
Wow.
So to get services and to get people, moving and handled on the ship, they had to come up with all these innovative approaches.
Right.
One of which I thought was so funny, I'd love to see it actually, is that they have robotic bartenders.
Really?
Bartender. Yeah. They have some bars that have these robots that are making the drinks. Now, I don't know if that's more of a gimmick, just kind of a promotional thing.
Yeah.
Every employee, or every crew member pretty much has an iPad that everyone will actually be, he's going to know your name when he just walks up to you.
Right.
And you'll check in at the curb. There'll be no inside check-in. So that's one of the big guys.
Right.
Then there's another ship coming out in later in, I guess it's in April. No, excuse me. It's in the summer, called the Pursuit. And many people don't know of this cruise line. It's a wonderful, wonderful, small, intimate cruise line called Azamara. And Azamara carries only, I would say, from like 250 to 400 passengers. And because of the size of their ships, they pride themselves of going into more
smaller
unique
ports.
ports.
Yeah. Well, that's why we call you, though, to tell us about these things.
Well, you know what? That's my point.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, I don't know how anyone could try to decide what cruise line they're going to sail on without talking to a professional.
Because there are just too many variables.
If you're going to buy just on price, oh boy, you're going to be in trouble.
Right.
That's all I can say.
Yeah. No, it's a good point. Too many variables, too many other options. What exactly do you want? What exactly is out there? And you're going to do all this, and you're going to miss out on something because you didn't ask the right, right? You didn't ask the right people.
You didn't even know the questions to ask.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, good point. All right.
And they're going everywhere. I mean, it's amazing.
Pat Blassie, you're going everywhere. Pat Blassie, Altair Travel Cruises, right next to O.B. Clark's on Brentwood Boulevard. Pat, have a good week.
I am. I'm going with you in May.
Yes.
Exciting.
I'll call you later, and we can talk about what my sister was telling me to tell you.
Okay.
All right,
Can't
good.
wait.
Pat Blassie with Altair Travel. She's one of the best ones. And if cruising is in your future, she's got a great point. Don't do anything. Call her, and she'll give you all the inside scoop on where you want to go and what you want to do and how to do it. She won't tell you where to go. She'll just tell you how to do it. Now, let me tell you about dynamic vending real quick.